I walked in on my wife and my best friend tangled up in our bed. She had the audacity to smirk and sneer at me. "What are you gonna do now? Cry?" I didn't say a word. I just stared at her, let that cold fury sink in, and then walked away, calm as ever. This morning, my phone was overflowing with missed calls from both of them, as if they suddenly remembered who I was. I knew my revenge was fair. The moment that changed everything. It's that hush right before betrayal hits you. The kind that feels heavy, like the universe itself is holding its breath before it crushes your world. That's the silence that greeted me when I stepped into our apartment. No TV blaring, no gentle hum of her favorite playlist. Just an emptiness so thick it felt like it was closing in around me. I'd been married to her for 3 years, and I'd trusted her like she was part of my own soul. I wasn't even supposed to be back. My conference ended a day early, and I'd thought it'd be a sweet surprise. Flowers in one hand, her favorite takeout in the other. Funny how surprises work both ways. As I walked down the hallway, each step felt like it echoed in the hollowness of the place. A cold pit grew in my stomach. Then I heard it. A sound that shattered the silence. A muffled moan that twisted my insides. Not even a word, just that single sickening noise. I pushed open our bedroom door, and there she was, my wife half-dressed, tangled up with my best friend on our bed. Their laughter snapped me in half. She didn't bother to hide, just met my eyes with this cold, unapologetic smirk. "What are you gonna do, cry?" She spat, like it was some cheap joke. He laughed too, like I was the punchline to a joke they'd both been in on for a while. Right then, something in me broke. Not the love, no, that had been dying for a while. It was the part of me that ever thought people like them were worth any kind of mercy. I didn't yell. I didn't fight. I just smiled, turned, and shut the door behind me. The quiet before the chaos. The elevator ride down from our place felt like it took 100 years. But I didn't let a single tear fall. I didn't even let my hands tremble. Instead, her words played on repeat in my mind. "What are you gonna do? Cry?" That single sentence echoed louder than any scream ever could. I walked straight to my car, sat there in the dim glow of the dashboard lights. The flowers I'd bought for her, the same ones I'd planned to surprise her with, sat on the passenger seat like a cruel joke. I picked them up, opened the glove box and stuffed them inside, thorns and all. Not out of rage, no. Out of principle. Because from this point on, I wasn't the man she thought she could belittle. I was the man she'd remember long after the dust settled. The plan started right then. Over the next 3 days, I went completely silent. No calls, no texts, no accusations. Just a heavy, unsettling silence. And that silence, it made her and him both uneasy. I watched the notifications pile up. 6 missed calls from her the first day, 9 from him the second. By the 3rd day, I'd stopped counting. But I wasn't hiding. I was getting ready. They didn't realize I knew more than they thought. That she depended on me for almost everything. Her credit card, her car lease, even half of the rent, all under my name. That he'd started a side hustle I'd quietly bankrolled through a private agreement only I had control over. And that neither of them was smart enough to cover their digital tracks. So while they sat around wondering what I'd do, I was already doing it. A taste of their own medicine. I started small. Froze the shared accounts, changed the locks, pulled my name off the lease. Sent a quiet message to our circle of mutual friends. No drama, no insults, just cold, hard facts. Screenshots, dates, receipts. And that was just the beginning. Because revenge isn't just about wrecking someone's life. It's about making them realize just how badly they misjudged you. Chapter 3, The Perfect Trap. You'd think after getting caught, she'd lay low. But no, she doubled down. She posted some filtered selfie with the caption, "Sometimes betrayal leads to freedom. Fresh starts." He threw up a cryptic meme. "The real ones stay. The fake ones show their colors." It was almost laughable how sure of themselves they were, so oblivious to the storm coming their way. Every smug post, every cocky caption, they were fuel to my fire. Because while they posed for followers, I was filing the paperwork to sever every tie I had to her, terminating my silent partner status on his business, complete with proof of misused funds. Crafting one final blow neither of them saw coming. I didn't need viral rants or revenge videos. I just needed the truth. And the truth has a way of burning slow and leaving the deepest scars. I made a simple Google Drive folder. Inside it, screenshots of her messages with both of us, timestamped photos from the nights she said she was at her mom's, every financial record showing where my money really went, his brand new gaming setup bought on my dime. I called the folder Loyalty and Autopsy. Then I dropped the link into a group chat with 20 of our mutual friends, colleagues, and even some family. No caption, no insults, just the facts. The aftermath was immediate. Her cousin texted me, I had no idea she was capable of this. Are you okay? His brother messaged, man, I thought he was your best friend. This is sick. Even her boss called, left a voicemail, we need to talk about some conduct issues. Call me. And her? She posted one final, desperate post, then vanished from every account. People love to tear down what they can't control. No, darling, I didn't break you. You did that all on your own. I just held up the mirror and let everyone see the reflection. That was the final blow. By the time the weekend rolled around, her life looked a lot like the apartment she'd once begged me to let her decorate, lots of fancy touches, but no foundation, cracking under the slightest pressure. She tried to reach me, 2 texts, calls from random numbers, even a long-winded email with the subject line, please, can we talk? You don't understand. But I understood better than she could ever imagine. Her world was unraveling. Her job? Under review for crossing ethical lines. Her family? Asking the kind of questions that make you sweat. The rent she'd counted on me to cover? Suddenly on her shoulders, and those keys she'd once held so confidently? Changed. And the best part? My so-called best friend had vanished. I'd made sure of it. A single email with a legal notice detailing the breach of contract in our little business deal handed him full financial liability, courtesy of the silent partner clause he'd never bothered to read. Word got around he packed his bags and skipped town that same day. Fitting, really. The final act. Monday morning, I sat at my favorite cafe, sipping coffee and knocking out some remote work. Then I spotted her across the street, hair mess, no makeup, eyes swollen. She looked like a ghost of the woman who'd once stared me down from our bed while she tangled with my best friend. She didn't walk in, didn't wave. Just stood there, staring at me. I didn't flinch. Just lifted my coffee cup and gave her a small, knowing smile. The message. A reminder. They'd never forget that look, that moment. Later, I sent her one final message. One single line, what am I going to do? Cry? No reply. Just a read receipt. The takeaway. People always ask if revenge is worth it, if it actually fixes anything or brings closure. I used to think the answer was no. But now? Now I see things differently. When my wife betrayed me, I didn't just lose a partner. I lost the illusion that love alone could hold everything together. But in its place, I found something better, self-respect, clarity, and a backbone stronger than anything I'd had before. She taught me the hard truth, people who don't fear the consequences of their actions will never respect your boundaries. So I gave her the one thing she never expected, a hard dose of accountability. The world kept turning. She eventually deleted her socials, skipped town, tried to start over with someone new. But people remembered. Stories stick, especially the ones that are true. And me? I didn't just survive it. I owned it. I turned the betrayal into a roadmap for anyone who's ever been called a fool for trusting too easily. Final note. If you're sitting there wondering what to do when someone rips your heart out and laughs while you bleed, here's the answer. Don't scream. Don't beg. Don't let them see you break. Instead, rebuild. Brick by patient brick. And when the moment's right, remind them exactly who they underestimated. Was this revenge worth it? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like the story, share it with someone who needs that push. And subscribe to Lauren's channel for more gripping tales of betrayal and triumph. Because around here, every lie finds its light and every betrayal leaves a shadow. Stay sharp, stay strong, and stay tuned.